Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, as usual, many stories, many news, many updates on the market. And today guys, we have to talk about several stories. I was checking my phone because the latest here we go is opening this video. Xavi Hernández, former Barcelona coach, is once again in his career after what happened at Barcelona a few years back, replacing Ronald Koeman, and Xavi will be the new head coach of the Dutch national team. And it's a here we go. Deal done, 4-year contract until the World Cup 2030. Good luck to Xavi Hernández, who several times said, I want to be the new head coach of a national team. I feel it's time for a national team. I feel the next chapter has to be a national team. And now Xavi agrees on this new chapter to take over at Netherlands and get this opportunity with the Orange. And so good luck to Xavi. Deal done. Here we go. Confirmed. And then more to mention, guys, because the market is entering really important stages. Today, also official 2 more deals. Talking about strikers, Dušan Vlahović is officially joining Beşiktaş on a 3-year contract after leaving Juventus as a free agent, and then Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku left Napoli for a bit more than 6 million euros and is joining Fenerbahçe. The deal is completed, is done, and so Lukaku to Fenerbahçe, Vlahović to Beşiktaş, 2 strikers out of the market. Now, talking about done deals of the day, another exclusive story is regarding Djed Spence, because he was shining at the World Cup with England under Thomas Tuchel. He can play on the right, on the left. He was doing very well. He was one of the surprises of the tournament. And now Djed Spence is leaving Tottenham Hotspur. Djed Spence is joining Inter. The deal is done, and it's a here we go. The deal has been agreed in the recent hours. Djed Spence will sign a long-term contract at Inter in the next few days. The 2 clubs are already exchanging documents, Inter and Tottenham. The transfer fee will be 31.5 million euros plus 4 million euros in add-ons, so around 35 million euros in total. Tottenham gave the green light. Why? Because Djed Spence wanted to wanted to have a new opportunity, wanted to play on a regular basis. Tottenham have a very appealing project, but they are not going to play European football, and so Djed Spence didn't want to be on the bench for the majority of the season, and so deal done. Djed Spence to Inter is a here we go. It's a deal completed, and more movements are expected at Tottenham in the next days, because don't forget their top targets remain 2 players. One is Cody Gakpo, the other one is Savinho. On the wings, they are working on these 2 deals. No negotiations for following Balogun. I know there have been many reports in the last 24 hours, but Tottenham are not working on a Balogun deal, at least as of today. What happens in the future, we will see. But the 2 top targets, wingers, remain Cody Gakpo and Savinho. Alternative, Pedro Neto, who is very expensive. Then, more to mention, guys, also talking about more opportunities. For the Rodri deal, what I can tell you is that for Rodri, Barcelona, as I revealed in the video this morning, already presented their second proposal, and it's reaching 60 million euros with add-ons included, but the answer from Manchester City was 80 million euros. So at the moment there is still a gap between Barcelona and Man City, but the conversation is underway. Talks between Barcelona and Manchester City are continuing, even today. The deal is absolutely proceeding. Then there is still a distance, and so Barcelona, when, I would say, they want to complete the deal, they know they have to put something more on the table than 60 million euros, but they also feel that 80 is not going to be the number. Probably midway, halfway between 60 and 80 million euros, they can find a solution. Rodri remains a man of his word for Barcelona in this case, because he has an agreement with Barcelona, he wants to go to Barcelona, and he's not changing his mind. So Barcelona and Manchester City will be in contact again in the next hours to try find a solution, but for sure the Rodri deal remains absolutely underway. So let's follow more updates on this story in the next hours and days. It's been a busy day in Spain because Julián Álvarez in training today arrived, and also his agents were there, Fernando Hidalgo as always. He had a conversation with Diego Simeone. Julián was telling in a very, I would say, honest way to El Cholo about his desire to go to Barcelona. Julián Álvarez was explaining his reasons, that it's his dream move to go to Barca. His dream is to wear the Barcelona shirt. He wants to have this opportunity. He doesn't want to live in a bad way. He just wants to find a solution with Atlético Madrid, get in their money, and then he can move to Barcelona. From Simeone, the message is still the same. It's a club decision, it's not a coach decision. Diego Simeone will always be helping Julián Álvarez, this was the message to the player, but at the same time, it's the club deciding. And especially Miguel Ángel Gil Marín, the man who put his face a few weeks ago telling to Atlético Madrid channels, we are not selling Julián Álvarez, sending very clear messages to Barcelona. So at the moment, obviously, the deal remains complicated because being a club decision is Miguel Ángel Gil Marín, who is not giving any green light at this stage, and so at the moment, the situation has not changed. Should anything change, I will let you know, but for sure, as of today, there is still no green light from Atlético. He spoke to the coach, but it's the club that has to decide on the Julián Álvarez situation. So one to follow for sure until the very end of this crazy window. Talking about more topics, guys, I also wanted to tell you about 2-3 more things. One is about João Palhinha. João Palhinha has a verbal agreement on personal terms with Aston Villa. There is also Benfica interested in the player, so Benfica behind the scenes are still hoping for Palhinha to join. But at the moment, Villa are the favorites. They have a verbal agreement with João Palhinha on the contract. João Palhinha told Bayern that he wants to go to Villa, but at the moment it depends on the club-to-club agreement. Villa are offering a loan deal for João Palhinha. Bayern still hope for an obligation to buy or a permanent transfer, because Palhinha is no longer part of Bayern plans and they want to sell. And then, guys, important to mention, don't forget that Arsenal will also sign a centre-back. I told you in a video in the recent days. At the moment, on Jules Koundé, no big updates so far, so the situation remains quiet around Koundé. Talking about other defenders, 2 different situations. One is for a player who is for sure in the list, and it's not a new name, and it's Konsa at Aston Villa. He's a defender really appreciated by Arsenal, and he remains a name they are having a negotiation for, on club side and on player side. So for Konsa, Arsenal are in the mix. We will see what's going to happen there. And then another name really appreciated by Arsenal is Marc Pubill from Atlético Madrid. Marc Pubill is one of the names on Arsenal list. Arsenal had some contact to understand about the price and to try understand if there is a chance to sign Marc Pubill. So he's super appreciated by Arsenal, but Atlético Madrid absolutely want to keep him. So at the moment, also Marc Pubill looks like a difficult target. Cuti Romero was a name linked in the media, but Cuti Romero is expected to join Atlético Madrid. Tottenham are not selling to Arsenal, and Arsenal, in terms of intentions, they will go for a new centre-back. Marc Pubill is appreciated, but Atlético don't want to sell the player as of today, so let's see what's going to happen there. And then, Ezri Konsa, probably the most easy solution at the moment on the market. Still not expensive, still not cheap at all, still very expensive, because Atlético will not make it easy for Pubill, but also Aston Villa will not make it easy for Konsa, but for sure, one to watch from now to the end of the window. On these guys and much more, I will keep you posted. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon here every single day with Fabrizio. Ciao!